what's up my friends? So today, a quick fun lesson. We are going to look at a C major triad, the note C, the first note, the third note that makes up a C, E, and then the fifth note, G. All right, we're gonna look at it in 3 different positions. I'm gonna show you on the guitar. I'm gonna throw a chord chart over my shoulder to help it sink in. So you're gonna get a little bit of theory and then you're gonna see how to actually apply this in a practical way. And you don't need to take big, massive chunks of music theory. Too much is gonna overwhelm you. So let's start here. Drop me comments and questions, but let's get started. Okay, here we go. All right, quick review. So if you look at this right here, C, the 1, E, the 3, and G, the 5. Anytime you make a triad, you've got 3 notes. Tri, right? 1, 2, 3. And in this case, I'm pulling these notes from a C major scale. If I went C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C, the first note out of that scale is C, the third note is E, and the fifth note is G. All right, that's the theory part of it, okay? And trust me, you start there and you just gotta take it in small chunks and build it up. All right, now here's what we're gonna do. Look over my shoulder, and this is gonna be the first position. Now, keep in mind, we are only gonna focus on the E, A, and D strings, okay? We're gonna play a C major triad in 3 different positions on those 3 strings using these 3 notes, C, E, E, G, and you're gonna hear they have different flavors. So this is where the musicality part will come into your playing, taking the theory, the skill of playing the instrument, and the knowledge of applying that to the skill playing, and then you're gonna create like your own flavor. And that's what makes it fun, okay? So watch this. So here's the first shape. Here's the chord chart. Now, if you notice, I am only showing you, I'm not putting what fingers to put on the strings. I'm actually telling you the notes out of the C major triad. So if you look, if I go to the E string, and I'm gonna use, just so you know, I'm gonna use my second, third, and fourth finger. Feel free to use whatever fingers you want. I have a reason for that, which if I have time, I'll show you at the end of this video, okay? Now, second finger on the 3rd fret on the E, 4th finger on the 3rd fret on the A, and then the 2nd finger on the D on the 2nd fret. So if you look just like that shape. Now you'll see I wrote in those little areas where it shows you to put your fingers, I wrote 5R3. 5 means it's the G, because that's the 5th note out of a C. R means the root, so the root, that's your bass, right, okay? And then the 3 is E, so you got G, C, E. So that's a C. This right here is a C major chord, right? And it's not the one we all learned from day one where we learned that open major chord. This is a whole different flavor. And this will open up new possibilities in your playing that's really exciting, okay? So now let's move up, same 3 strings. We're gonna go up to the 8th fret, use our pinky, that's your C. Now this one's straight through, C, E, G. Now you're gonna use your 3rd finger on the 7th fret, there's your E, C, E, and then on the 5th fret, you gotta put your 1st finger, so look on the GoPro, C, E, G. There's your 2nd C major triad. So here's the first one, here's the second one, and then one more, all right? And then we'll kind of wrap this up. Remember, I want to give this to you in small chunks, and I'll show you real quick how to kind of put it into a musical sense, all right? How to apply all this stuff, all right? So now the last one you see over my shoulder, this is my 3rd finger on the 12th fret. There's your E. That's the 3rd of a C major chord. Remember, it's C, E, G. C's the 1, E's the 3, G's the 5, okay? And then we're going to take our 1st finger, we're going to bar the A and the D on the 10th fret, okay? So you have E, and then right here on the 10th fret on the A, you're making the G, and then you've got the root. Okay, so let's review all 3 of them real quick. All right, so here's first one, look on the GoPro. Okay, here's the second one. Here's the third one. See that? Not too hard. Kind of gives you some cool fingerings too. Oops, sorry. Okay. So then try and maybe move it around into, maybe go from like this first shape to this one, to the second shape, back to the first. Now you can hear it's a trip because those are all C major triads, but each one has a little bit of a different flavor to it. And that's primarily because of what note is in the bass, the low E. And so there's this thing called inversions. If you know what that is, Great. If you don't worry, we'll get to that another time. I don't want to give you too much, okay? So, just practice these shapes, okay? Arpeggiate them and strum them. Okay, so try this. So maybe the next time you actually play a chord progression, try one of these shapes on the E, A, and D string instead of like defaulting to the one you always go to. So if you always play like a C major chord up here, that bar chord on the 8th fret with the root here, or you play the open C, maybe try this shape. So let's say you're playing an A minor to a C to a G back to A minor. Maybe try that first shape. So maybe go right to that other. See, totally different flavor. Let's try this shape. That's gonna be kind of a long, all right, so here we go. So A minor to the C, to the G, back to A minor. And that's really what guitar is. It's like, you are taking these are different voicings of the same chord, right? Maybe if you're in a band or you're playing with another artist, you're not both playing the C shape here. You got maybe one of you's playing that and the other person's playing this. And it's gonna give just enough of a difference to make it more musical, okay? So that's pretty much it. I don't wanna overload you. Just try and wrap it in your head. Get this memorized, okay? C, E, G, that is a triad, 3 notes, 1, 2, 3. Any major triad is the first, the third, and the 5th note out of that scale, okay? Again, some of this might still sound like foreign language, but I'll try and be super consistent with how I teach you, and it will all start coming out like it's gonna make perfect sense to you, okay? So, over my shoulder too, here's another video I think you would dig. If you're new to the channel, would love to keep you here. Hit that subscribe button. If you've been here, thanks so much for helping me grow this channel. Remember, I need comments from you, questions. That helps me make better videos. Few links in the description of all the equipment I want that I use if you're curious about that. And that's pretty much it. So keep playing, keep practicing, okay? And just work at acquiring the knowledge that you can apply to your instrument to make you a better musician. All right, everyone have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Later.